Hey guys, back. I know that it has been a while, and before I get on to what this video is actually about, I would really like to apologize for how I haven't really posted anything. It's only been a week or so, but it feels like a long time. I missed you guys. The show that I've been rehearsing for, we just finished rehearsing, and we opened on Thursday, and anybody in theater knows how absolutely terrible the last week of rehearsal is, and how late you stay up and stuff like that. So that's been definitely cutting into my time. And also, my tests for IB, which is the diploma program that I'm in, start in 2 weeks, which basically means that all I have time to do right now is study for those tests. So I haven't really had a ton of time to do videos, and it bums me out. And also, if I look kind of gross in this video, it's just because allergy season has just kicked into high gear, and I feel like my head is going to just pop off. I just don't feel awesome right now. But I really wanted to get this video out, and what this video is a response to Cal Prime's Talk to Transformers episode 2. I know this is kind of late. He posted his original video like 4 days ago, but that's too bad. So the question that Dave put forth was basically, if you're an old school fan, what do you think about the new continuities? And if you're a new school fan, what do you think about the old continuities and how do you get into Transformers and stuff? I am obviously not an old school fan because I was nowhere near alive in '84. Technically, I'm part of the Beast Wars generation, just kind of based on my age. But anyone who's seen any of my other videos knows that I tried watching Beast Wars as a kid. Well, I didn't really try. It was on, and it scared me, and I did not like it. But a lot of kids that I know, and actually a lot of guys have been coming up to me since they've realized that I've liked Transformers going, hey, I really liked Beast Wars when it was on. That was pretty cool. Transformers is pretty neat. So I am part of that Beast Wars generation age-wise, but I didn't really come into the fandom until the live-action movie, and that's when I was like, I think Transformers are cool. I'm going to get into this. And one of the things that David kind of said was, like if you're someone who came in with Armada, do you connect like kind of your Transformers thoughts with Armada? And even though I came in with the movie, I definitely, when I think about Transformers, I don't think about the movie, because as soon as I saw the movie, I'm like, there is probably some really awesome backstory, and I bet the original, I bet whatever this came from is cool. So really, once I saw the movie, I immediately backtracked. I was like an information fiend. I just needed everything having to do with Transformers. And that, of course, led me to the original series. So basically, pretty much right after I saw the movie, I jumped right into and I watched most of, if not all, Season 1 of G1. And it's kind of a funny thought to be thinking to go from the crazy, awesome animation of the live-action 2007 movie to the 80s animation. But there was something about watching G1 that I was totally drawn to. Part of it was I did think it was pretty funny. I know I was talking to Dave about this. I recently watched Megatron's Master Plan, and it was like the funniest thing that I had ever seen. There's something about that 80s style that is just absolutely hilarious to me. And since I don't really have a nostalgic, like, this is all that I watched as a child, and I remember these guys being so awesome. Since I don't really have that, I look back and go, oh, this is really funny. But the other thing that I really, really liked once I started watching G1 was that it gave me a great insight to where these characters came from, especially like Optimus Prime and Megatron and Starscream Bumblebee. And I was like, oh, these are awesome. And I have to say, like, I know some series, like, you have your, like, G1 purists and I guess maybe Unicron trilogy purists. I doubt there's any animated purists out there so far. But I definitely don't think that I could be someone who's like, I'm an intense Transformers fan, but I only like stuff having to do with the live-action Michael Bay movie. That just would be dumb. And the thing is, since I have now made myself familiar with G1 and where these characters came from and kind of what their personalities started out as, now it just makes everything about Transformers even more awesome and interesting. Like this weekend when I was watching Human Error Part 2 and Scrapper was talking about naming Snarl and he says I was gonna name him Slag. If I didn't know that the Triceratops originally is named Slag, like in everything but animated, I would have been like, that was kind of a weird line. Why did they put that in? It wouldn't have meant anything to me, but now I'm like, ah, Slag, because that's his real name. OMG, ah. So it's things like that that make me totally appreciate G1. And the thing is, I actually really enjoy watching G1, just as a show too. I mean, it's not the most amazing thing ever. I do like being able to point out, hey, there's 2 rumbles in that scene. That's weird. So, I mean, I don't see G1 as like this horrible show. I think it is really legitimately interesting on its own. So yeah, now other series besides G1, I've never really been into anything from the Unicron trilogy. It's probably like my least favorite of what's out there. I've seen a bit of Armada, I've seen a couple episodes, and I was mostly like, this is Pokemon for Transformers, and Starscream is emo. This isn't my favorite. And I know that I've caught on TV a couple episodes of like Energon, I think, and I just couldn't get past the animation. It was a bit, yeah. And now Beast Wars, I have gone back and I've started re-watching Beast Wars, not in the mindset of these things are horribly terrifying and I don't understand why they're changing from animals to robots, like I did when I first saw it. And now that I'm starting to re-watch Beast Wars, I do really like it. And of course animated, I like animated a lot. And the thing is, even though I came in with the movie, it is nowhere near my favorite version of Transformers, like at all. So yeah, basically came in with the movie, but went back to G1, thought G1 was pretty awesome, and I now have G1 to appreciate everything else. And before I finish, I do also want to say that this totally also applies to the comics. Obviously that's what I'm really into, is the comic books, and I have started going back and reading some of the Marvel ones because I know a lot of people talk about just how great the Marvel series is, and I'm starting to figure out why. And it's making me appreciate things in the Transformers universe even more. So yeah, so to all the people out there who have been sending me messages like, how can you possibly know what you're talking about because you just came in on the movie? I have gone back and done my research, and I do really like G1, and I know what I'm talking about. So there. So yeah, that's basically the end of my little bit for replying to David's Talk Transformers episode 2. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back soon with a new video. Let's hope. Oh, and I got Bumblebee for my birthday. Woo! And that's about it. Catch you guys later. Bye.